What's good? So, I'm looking at, just the recent developments of the things that's happening in the media and things, with threats to your health and all of these different things. You notice the panic is taking on that people are taking on and involving themselves in. Well, pay attention to this. What is really happening is a shift. It's a shift of teams, a shift of identities. You've been seeing people, on social media professing to do this and do that. You know, they're consorting with other entities and supposedly traveling between worlds and all this. And then one basic thing happens and they come unglued. Pay attention to that. Because people are changing sides, you know what I'm saying? All your favorite master teachers and stuff. Because, hey, guess what? They were never real. They were never real. And so it's a separation right now. It's a separation of the truly envisioned from the fluff. Religion teaches the separation of the tares from among the wheat. So you're seeing a separation, man. The people who are responding to panic are separating. They're separating themselves from the fearless, from the emboldened, those with real vision and real power. So don't feel, obligated to, don't let anyone make you feel obligated to respond to panic in any other way than what you may be responding to it in. Because this is the one that got them. Up until this point, all of these people they've laughed at the other people who were overcome with fear during whatever disease that came before this, during whatever panic that preceded this one, whatever the last thing was, they haven't been distracted and overcome with fear and panic up until this point. But now, with this one, they broke. This is the one that they were overcome with fear with. It doesn't matter how anybody try to intellectualize their fear. If you're scared, you're fucking scared. If you're responding to panic, you're responding to panic. You're either fearless or you are not. You know what I'm saying? And that's the identity. And so, you can't be, people are demonizing that, people are demonizing that perspective. I had somebody tell me that I was vibrating low because I'm not panicking, and because I find their panicky actions hilarious. How else can I respond? How can I help but to not be cynical when that's my constant view? You know what I'm saying? I don't fear anything that I hear being released. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not afraid. And if death is imminent, what can you actually prepare for? You feel me? If it's some global outbreak that is literally going to murder the entire humanity, what you gonna do? What the fuck you gonna buy to prepare for that? What they got in the store for that? Unless you plan on going first, so you make sure you get your casket and all that shit so your people can drop your ass and plant you. What is there to prepare for? People fear death. You know what I'm saying? Because they accept dying. That's all this is a fear of death rooted in that bitch. You know what I'm saying? You're afraid of death and you're afraid of the unknown. You don't know what it is, and you hear about it all of a sudden, boom. So it doesn't even have to be real anymore. All they have to do is just say something and people gravitate to it. And so this time, we see that more people are responding to the panic, and there are fewer people who are not responding to the panic. If yours is one that's not, responding to it, yours is, you continue to maintain a state of fearlessness. That's just what it is. And you have, that's just, it's who you are. And so you have to allow them a chance to separate from among, our presence. That's all they're doing, removing themselves from our consciousness. We're in a state of fearlessness, they're in a state of fear. That's just all it is. They left the team, not us. We're good. You know what I'm saying? We're not mentally retarded because we're not running out to buy a bunch of 50-cent hand sanitizers. We're not crazy because of that. We're not crazy because we haven't gone and bought a bunch of toilet tissue for no reason at all, that nobody has suggested that, something is going to make you shit. Nobody has suggested that you would need toilet tissue. And I guess maybe people feel like they're going to do that much, they're going to have that many bowel movements, or they to get quarantined. But that's still fear. Like, why the fuck? Nobody said they going to quarantine nobody. You've heard that people have been quarantined that you can't even prove, and you making adjustments in your lifestyle to fit what somebody else probably lying about. They say black people can't catch whatever this threat is, you dig? I don't voice it because I understand it to be something else. So I don't release the name on technology. I don't type it anywhere, and I don't say it. I don't say it over the telephone, anything, because I understand it to be something else. And so anyway, though, this is just something that, we're seeing a separation, and it's clear on what your stance is as far as whatever you got going. I'll just say, if you're in a state of fearlessness where you're not responding to panic, it's totally fine to feel that way, because most likely you've been that way about everything up until now, or perhaps you're at a point where you're tired of being fearful. For some, this might be the one where they be like, something, man, I will not be afraid of this shit. And this will be the one that they wake up to and expand their consciousness. However, it would seem as though the overwhelming representation of the public is panic, panic, panic. My perspective is, at first they were saying, well, black people can't get this. So, hey, I feel like apparently maybe only rich and famous black people are at risk. Or either rich and famous black people are lying, so that the mental of the black people can be, attacked and broken down their defense. You know what I'm saying? Right now, it helps to not take shit serious. A lot of people, man, black people don't never take nothing serious. And we got rap songs out about this shit and everything now. A lot of hilarious shit, people getting paid. And that's what you're supposed to do right now. Be creative. Be creative right now. Not responding to panic. If you're not responding to panic, then you should be continuing to navigate life, negotiate life as you have been up until this point. With states of regularity, normalcy, continue to be productive. It is what it is. Don't let nobody demonize your perspectives simply because you're not running with the masses, when the masses are just, allowing themselves to be overcome with panic. So, on that note, I'm out. Peace.